and happy Thursday. Child's pose, we will bring our knees pretty wide to start, as wide as your mat or a little less wide as your mat. Bring the tops of your feet on the floor, big toes touching, and then hips down to your heels. And start to walk your hands forward here. Just turn the light on, there we go. Walk your hands forward. Okay, officially we're good. Child's pose, knees wide, toes touch, hips to heels, hands walking forward, dropping your heart below the knees or right level with the knees, resting on the thighs. Rest your forehead to the floor and start taking some deep breaths. Filling into the back of the body. Exhaling, feeling your chest start to drop a little bit more, feeling a little stretch in the armpits and the shoulders. And movement is really good here. So you could rock side to side, left to right. Feeling a little stretch through the armpits, a little stretch through the side body. Allow your eyes to close. And then whenever it feels right for you, pause with the movement. And then relax your forearms and relax your elbows down to the floor. Just get heavy here. And then take a deep breath right into the heart space in your back body. Exhale, relax into your hips and just relax more. Start to let the day go. Start to arrive here right now for your yoga practice. So we've put all technology aside. We've, turned hopefully the phone-ish off unless you have a house phone. And with the eyes closed, we can soften the muscles around the eyes. Rock your forehead side to side to feel a little pressure on the forehead. And maybe you're scanning your day or the week ahead or behind and just reviewing kind of interactions, things that happened, conversations, emotions, and just start to let all of that go. Whatever has happened is in the past now, and we can just arrive into this present moment with ourselves. Just observing what's going on, what are we holding on to, and what can we let go of. So keep relaxing. Every exhale, relax more. Notice if it's getting hard to relax. Try, and that's okay. If those things are surfacing for you, if tension is still just creeping in, don't get frustrated, but notice the frustration, give it validity. And then allow your mind and your awareness to drift past that emotion and notice what else is going on. So yes, of course, it's there, you're gonna notice it, but then allow your awareness to keep going, to keep noticing, to keep moving on and letting go. And if it feels right for you, set an intention for yourself, maybe just for your practice or the weekend ahead, tonight, whatever. A word or a phrase. Take a deep breath in with that intention in your mind. Exhale, imagine releasing any resistance to that intention out of the body. And do that again. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. And then we can lift the head, look at your hands, and start to walk your hands over to the right hand side of the mat. Press into the left hand especially to feel your left hip push down towards that left heel. Feel the stretch in that left glute, your hip, your low back, and drop the left shoulder to the floor. Take a deep breath right here. Exhale, relax your head and the neck a little more. And then just 2 more breaths. And then lift the head up, look at your hands, walk them back to the center of the mat and then over to the left side. So you feel the right side stretch already, then you push into the right hand and push that hip down to the heel, even a little bit past it. Feel that stretch grow, increase, take a breath. Exhale, relax the right shoulder towards the floor, relax your forehead down if that's available, just softening the muscles of the face and the neck and breathing. Side bending here into the right side. Another one, big breath. And then we'll lift the head back up, looking at the hands, watching where you're going, back to the center of the mat. Exhale, push, push, push your hips to your heels, and then inhale, come right up, tabletop position. on your hands and knees, and we're gonna extend the legs one at a time back. So right foot goes back, toes on the floor. Take a second here, pushing that heel back, feeling your thigh engage. Push into your hands. Now let the left leg go back too. Now you're in a plank pose, but walk it out here. Just start pushing one heel back and the other back. You're keeping your hips low, your shoulders are right on top of your wrists. Fingers are wide, engage your core, and breathe deeply. Couple more. Good, another one. Now pause the movement, bend the knees so your shins are hovering over the floor, and push into your hands to push your chest to your thighs. Feel your spine get long. Lift your hips up as high as you can so you're on your tippy toes. Step your toes in just a little bit towards your hands, and then drop your heels to the floor for downward facing dog. Relax your head really heavily here. Look to the right arm, tapping your nose there, and look to the left arm, tapping your nose there. Spread the fingers wide. Get a sense of where your body weight is landing on your hands. So upper fingers, upper knuckles of your palms. The thumb pads are gripping and your wrists could feel light. Now walk your dog here. Just a couple more breaths. Finding a long spine and opening up into the back body. Good. And then pause with the movement. Bend your knees a lot, so you're dropping the knees lower. Look forward to your hands, bring your weight forward, and then step your left foot there between your hands and then the right foot. Once you're here, toes are pointing forward, bring your hands on your shins and inhale into a half forward fold, growing your spine long. And then exhale, fold forward, relaxing your head and your arms, relax the shoulders and your elbows, and then grab your elbows with your hands. And notice if you're grabbing in the typical grip that you do. So try to switch to the awkward one where you're like, how do I even do that? Relax the head through the arms. So look towards your shins. Get your head to feel heavy. Feel your torso get heavier. Bend the knees a little here. Notice what that does as your belly starts to drop to the thighs. We feel some release into the glutes, into the lower back. Start swaying left to right. Bringing your inner forearms towards your outer shins. Good, nod your head yes and no. Take one more breath, and then drop your hands with your exhale. Bend your knees a lot so your hips drop low. Engage your belly and push into your feet to rise. Rolling up, roll the shoulders, reach your arms up, one fluid movement. Exhale your hands to your heart center, observing that sensation of blood running back into your body after it was pooling in your head. Super therapeutic. Take a deep breath. Open mouth, exhale. Release your hands by your hips. Find a mountain pose, long and strong. So lift your toes, your yogi toes, spread them wide. And then align the outer edges of your feet about parallel to the edge of the mat. So the heels move out a little. Drop your big toe down and see if you can get your pinky toe down. Try and keep those three middle toes up. It's super hard, but keep that engagement, or try to. Keep your shins engaged and your calves, and then tighten into your thighs. Little micro bend in your knees. And as your feet are pushing down, feel like you could rip your mat in half, like you're trying to open your toes out. And then roll the shoulders back as you open up into the front body. Feel the shoulder blades pull down the back, palms face forward. Pull your chin in towards your throat so your neck gets long, and feel a pull up through the crown of the head, as your heels are pushing down. Squeeze your glutes here, tightening around your hips. Squeeze your lower belly and your front core. Take a deep breath. Everything is so strong and engaged in your Tadasana. One more breath. And then inhale, keep your engagement, but lift the arms up. Palms face each other above the head. Relax the shoulders down. Now inhale, lift your heart up and start leaning your head and upper back back. Reaching your fingers back. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, and then inhale, come straight up to center. Bend your knees, open your arms out wide, fold forward. Woo. Inhale, lift halfway up here, hands on your shins, roll your shoulders on your back. Hold it, engage your core as you exhale. Good, now really push the front of your ribs here against the back body. Roll the shoulders on the back. Take a deep breath. And then exhale, fold forward. Relax your head. Good. Now plant the hands. Step both legs back to your plank pose. Fingers are wide. Heels are pushing back. Try to spread your toes here. And then engage your thighs, the upper thigh muscles. Tighten them. Squeeze your glutes. Feel the shoulders roll back. Take one deep breath in. And then as you exhale, drop your knees. And then we're going to do chest and chin. So push the hips back. Let your hips and your belly stay off the floor. So you're going to dive forward, dropping your heart right between your thumbs. So you're leaning in a little, then drop the heart and your chin. Stay here. Roll the shoulders on your back. Squeeze your elbows in towards your body. Take a deep breath. Exhale here. And then untuck your toes. Inhale into your cobra. Roll the shoulders on the back. Lift your hands. Easy cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, low cobra again. You can keep your hands on the floor or lift them. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift through the crown of the head. Exhale, lower down. And then curl the toes. Push into your hands and push up to your knees. Move your hips back. Stay here, nice and low. Press into your hands, stepping a little to your knees, and feel the stretch on the feet. So your toes are curled. Rock side to side, left to right. Relax your head through your arms. So your neck starts to feel long. And then look to the left arm. Look to the right arm. So you're stretching the neck a little bit here. Notice if the belly is soft and kind of hanging. So squeeze the belly in. Engage your core as you exhale. So you're getting stale air out. We're really compressing the lungs here, squishing it all out. So empty out. Take another breath. And then inhale to table. Stay here in your tabletop. Untuck your toes. Give the tops of the feet a little tap. And then fingers are opening wide again. Wrists under shoulders, stacking everything. Knees are underneath your hips. Pausing here, push into the left hand and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Looking up at that hand. As you exhale, slow motion, swoop it underneath your left side, between the wrist and knee. Drop your right shoulder into the center of the mat and then drop the right side of your head here. Your left hand can come onto your fingertips. Push in front of the face to feel that left elbow lift and your chest opening to the left side. Activate the back of your right arm, pushing that hand into the floor, and then take a full breath into your belly. So push the belly out. Exhale, squeeze your belly in. A couple more here. Deeper, longer breath. One more. Always feel free to do an open mouth exhale. Beautiful. Now let your left hand clasp fingers with your right hand and feel like you're trying to pull that right hand out to the left. Notice what happens in your back. It feels like your weight is going into that right knee. Your back is kind of being pushed over to the right. Take a breath in and squeeze the left side of your body, your belly, your core. Another breath here. And then release that grip. Plant the left hand onto the mat. Inhale, lift. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling so you're counter twisting. And then drop that hand to the floor. Right hand stays. Inhale your left arm up to the ceiling. Look up at that hand. Exhale, slow motion. Swoop it underneath between the right wrist and knee. Reach. Drop that left shoulder right into the middle of the mat, keeping your hips right on top of those knees. So if you feel like the hips are further back, shift forward, and vice versa. If you're forward, then move back. Now fingertips on that right hand, push into the floor, pressing gently to start to find your breath. Exhale, engage your core, feel a little push into the right hand to twist you a little more. Now, typically the weight will go right into that left knee, so try to neutralize the weight on your knees and engage into the right side of your abdomen to help you keep the weight on that right knee. Take another breath, squeeze your belly in, engage that right side waist. Beautiful. And then we're gonna release that push, bring your right hand to interlace with your left fingers. Start feeling like you're trying to pull that left arm out from underneath you. Feel the back body stretch. Feel the right side of your core engage as you exhale. Deep breath. Excellent. Another one. And then release. Soften the grip. Let your right palm come onto the mat in front of the face. Push. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling where we started. And then exhale that hand down to the floor, tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide, knees under your hips. Drop your belly down, look all the way up into your cow pose. Roll the shoulders back, bend your elbows. Exhale, cat pose. Round the spine, push into the floor with your hands, your legs. Inhale, drop the belly, feel the sit bones lift. Feel the front of the body opening, stretching your abdomen. Can you feel your core muscles stretch here? Exhale, round the spine, engage your core to get all the air out, chin to your chest. Keep going. I invite you to close your eyes. Feel the movement of the spine. Opening it up, warming it up. Moving all the fluid between the bones. Engaging all of the muscles that surround the spine. Deep inside of the body. And the ones that we can visibly see. You know, obviously under the skin. Good. And then we'll find our tabletop. Curl the toes again, push your hips to your heels again, move side to side to side. Now bring your knees closer, bring your toes closer, step your hands back towards your knees, so much that you could lift your knees and start feeling your heels push down. Your hips go down too. We're feeling a nice stretch on the bottoms of the feet, the heels, into your Achilles, even into the backs of the legs, the calves. So just sink there, maybe even come forward and go back. Come forward and go back with those knees. Good. And then we're gonna pause and balance. So keep your legs tight together. Start engaging your inner thighs. And by engage, I mean just push your knees and your thighs together. Squeeze them. See if you can hover your hands, lifting your heels almost on top of those toes. Lift your heart right on top of your hips. Roll your shoulders on the back. Keep squeezing your legs together. This is gonna help you with the balance. Hands can stay down. You can use blocks, of course, or palms together right at your heart center. Shoulders rolling back. Literally puff your heart forward here. Feel your chin come into your throat. Take 2 more breaths. One more here. Excellent. Now push up to stand. Squeeze those knees and thighs. Keep your heels up, 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 up. And release the heels down. Woo! Beautiful. Hands by your side or on your hips, and then we're gonna flip your right foot so the toes are, your toenails are on the floor. So stretch the front of that ankle, then roll the ankle, roll over your toes. Just move it around a little bit here. And then go in the other direction. Crunching the toes, moving the ankle joint, and then pause. Next side. Left foot comes on top. Ooh, my knuckles are cracking. So crack your knuckles. I mean, that feels good. Do some circles, rolling over the toes, going the other direction. Fluidity in the ankle joints, super important for fluidity in the rest of the body. All right, plant that foot down, feet hip distance, chair pose, because why not? Bend the knees, sink your hips, build a little strength here, build a little heat here. Engage your glutes, pull those glutes behind you, your hips behind you, and feel the front body, the front belly lift, rolling the chest open. Hands can float by your hips. And then lower your torso a bit, coming almost into your half chair. Weight is in your heels, toes are lifting, tighten into that lower belly, take a breath, engage your core as you exhale. Now bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your heart a little bit here. As you exhale, scoop that right arm behind you. Keep that left hand at your heart center, but twist, twist, twist. Look back at that right hand. Keep breathing, long spine as you inhale. Exhale, sink into the hips. Weight is in those heels. Gaze down, check out what your kneecaps are doing. Bring your kneecaps to be parallel in one line towards the front of the mat, but keep reaching that right arm back, twisting. And then next inhale, bring the right arm forward to your heart. Woo. Fold forward as you exhale, release. Shake out your head, nod yes, nod no, just relax here. Sinking our head below our heart has immediate calming effects on our nervous system. And then take deep breaths. You'll settle in a sec. Another breath. And then bend the knees. Here we go. Chair pose. Sink the weight in your heels. Engage the glutes pulling behind you. Pull those hips behind you. Feel the front belly lift. Lift your heart. Hands by your hips. Palms face down. Roll the shoulders back. Take a breath. Engage your core. Hands to your heart. Scoop that left arm behind you. Reach it back. Keep your knees parallel. Feel that left shoulder twist behind you. Look back as well. Look at the knees, move that right hip back. That's the one that's gonna usually poke forward here. Engage your core, push it against that low back. Take another breath to lift the heart. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Come back, left hand to your heart. Fold forward, exhale. Beautiful work, guys. Little heat, little strength. Inhale into your half forward fold, long spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees a lot so you can walk your hands forward, coming into your downward facing dog. Pulling the hips up, relax your head through those arms. Take a breath. Open mouth, exhale. Let's drop to our knees, nice and wide for child's pose. Just take a little rest. Big toes touch, hips to your heels, rest your forehead to the floor. Just settle in here. Take deep, nourishing breaths, or let your breath be passive. What does your body want? Just invite whatever feels most nourishing into your practice right now. That means you can move. That means you can be in your down dog if you want to. Do whatever you want. And then I'll cue you to continue on. So take your time, 3 to 5 deep breaths. And in your child's pose, I'll give you options. Palms can come together. You can bend the elbows, bringing your hands behind your head. So you feel a little stretch in the forearms and the elbows. Well, I should say the upper arms, not really the forearms. And into the armpits and the side body here too. Last deep breath right here. And then we'll come up. Right to your table. Finding your alignment with your hands, curl the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Roll forward right into your plank pose here. Find your plank, knees drop, chest drops, chin drops. Inhale, come forward, right into your easy cobra, keeping your chest lifted, then lift your hands, roll the shoulders, elbows in, exhale, folds. Curl your toes, push back up to your knees, push your hips to your heels, little stretch in the toes. Relax your head. Inhale, lift up, downward facing dog, hips lift high, heels drop down, shoulders roll open. Take a deep breath. Open mouth, exhale. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Step your feet forward between your hands. You can always walk them. Inhale, lift halfway up, hands on your shins, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward all the way down, drop your arms, roll to standing, taking your time, rounding the spine. Roll the shoulders, circle your arms up, big breath. Squeeze those glutes back, bend. Hands to your heart center with your exhale. Close those eyes, take a breath. Release your hands with your exhale by your hips. Find a nice strong stance here in your mountain pose. Toes are lifted. Try the toe thing, big toes down, pinky toes down. Those 3 center toes are up. It's super hard. And you're utilizing so many muscles of your feet while you do that. You're keeping everything active. Engage your shins, literally flex them. You can engage those calves, bend the knees. Feel like you're ripping the mat in half with your legs or your feet. And then tighten those thighs, squeeze your glutes, tail low, front belly up, chest is open, palms face forward. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Keep the engagement. Inhale your arms up, palms meet, interlace your fingers. Steeple your pointer fingers up and cross the thumbs and reach those arms up. Keep your glutes tight, take a breath. As you exhale, tilt over to your left hand side, moving your right hip out to the side, side bending. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, tilt over to your left hand side. I'm gonna go with you. Wait, yeah, your left, no, right hand side. And then inhale, come up. All right, let's pause. We'll start here. I just messed myself up. Deep breath in. Exhale over to your left-hand side. I'm not gonna mirror you. Kick the right hip out, stay here. Take an extra breath, lift your heart. Exhale, keep reaching. Now bring your weight onto that right foot so much that you could lift your left foot up. Good. Keep breathing. Lift the heart as you inhale. Exhale, reach, lift that outer leg up, and then come to center. Beautiful work. Inhale here. Exhale, lean over to your right hand side, kick that left hip out to the side. Inhale again, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, exhale, lean. Weight goes into that left foot, little bend in that knee. Can you lift your right leg? Another inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, lean, lift the leg, and then inhale, come to center. Beautiful. Open your arms out, dive down, fold forward. Whew. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward, stay here. Bend your knees, drop your hips, hands to your heart center, chair pose. Squeeze those glutes behind you. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, your right arm swoops down, reach behind you, and reach that left arm forward. Inhale, the right arm forward. Exhale, left arm reaches back. Reach in 2 directions. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, right arm goes back, twisting. Keep your knees parallel here, my friends. Inhale, that arm forward. Exhale, left arm, keep those knees parallel. Inhale, or exhale, whatever. Last one, right arm reaches back. Inhale here. Exhale, left arm goes back. Inhale, come up. Fold forward, beautiful work. Inhale, lift halfway, hands on your shins, grow it long, don't get lazy. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your feet back, both of them, plank pose. Take a breath. Drop your knees, chest, and chin. So your hips and belly stay off the floor. Inhale it right into your easy cobra, I can't talk. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes, push to your knees, lift up, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths, and we'll take a rest. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Let's do my favorite. Big inhale. Lion's breath, roar it out. Get another one. Get it out. Anything that is no longer serving you. And then let's drop the knees as wide as you want them for child's pose to rest. Hips to heels. Forehead drops and relax the body. We won't be here very long, so enjoy this opportunity to rest. Maybe grab some water, wipe the sweat off, whatever. 2 more breaths. Inhale, let's lift up. Find our downward facing dog. 1 nice deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Bend your knees, shins parallel to the floor. Look forward, bring your head up. Bringing your weight forward, step your left foot forward, step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, right leg is going back. Toes land, swivel that heel to the floor and lift those left toes and rotate your left toes to face this long edge as well. Walking your hands to the center. Open up those legs as wide as feels good. Not too wide, but not too short. Outer edges of those feet almost parallel. You feel a little pigeon-toed. Bring your hands forward, so you're bringing your weight a little bit forward into your toes. Still a little in your heels, but more into those toes. And then engage your thighs. Feel the internal rotation of your thighs, pulling into the midline of your body, separating the sit bones behind you here. So hands are really coming forward, leaning into it. Notice that stretch on the outer ankles. Feel the sits bones in the bottom of your hips opening up, separating here, stretching deep, deep, deep inside of our hips here. Now start to press into your hands to feel the hips lift and your chest slowly starts to drop. We're in a very wide leg downward facing dog here. Relax your head through your arms. Let your neck get long. Nice deep breaths. Every exhale, feel a little push into your hands to push your chest further down. Relaxing your head more. Now, it's not about how far you're going. You can be upright, you can be pretty high, but your hands are really forward here rather than underneath your shoulders, right? Take a couple more breaths. Another one, legs are strong, internally rotating the upper thighs, feeling the outer edges of your feet pressing down. Those inner arches are lifting here. Good, and then we'll lift the torso forward. Walk your hands back in under your shoulders and then bring your heels in, your toes in, your heels in. Bend the knees along the way, come all the way to the center of the mat. And then bend your knees, chair pose, please. Yes, Take a breath here. Right hand comes to your right hip. Bring your left elbow to the outer right thigh. Push that elbow into that outer thigh or knee and make a fist with your right hand. Bring it into the palm of the left hand. Twist, twist, twist. Take a breath to lengthen the spine. Engage your belly as you exhale. And then release. Hands to your heart center, nice and slow and mindful, my friends. Squeeze those glutes behind you. Left hand to your thigh, left thigh. Right elbow hooks to the outer leg. Fist in the left hand pushes into the palm of the right hand to twist, twist, twist. Gazing up. Now remember, bring that right knee back so your knees are parallel to this edge of the mat. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, engage your belly and twist. And then release. Palms to the heart, one breath. Fold forward, hands to the floor, relax. Whew. Open up your feet a little wider than your hips. Point your toes out, sink your hips into a low yogi squat. Elbows are on the inner knees, palms meet here. Move side to side. Relax in that low back. Take a breath. Good. Couple more here, just moving. Stillness is always fine. And this pose can be pretty tricky. So if you need your hands down, keep your hands down. If you need something underneath your hips, like a block or a big pillow, do it. Just settle. Awesome. We're gonna twist. So bring your left toes or your left fingers in front of your left toes. Push that elbow into the knee and the knee pushes back, and inhale your right arm up. Exhale, engage your belly and twist more. Inhale, lift the heart. Reach back as you exhale. And then bring that right arm forward. Meet your palms. Inhale here, lengthen the spine. Engage your belly as you exhale. Right fingers go in front of the toes. Push into that knee pushes back. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, twist, gaze back. Another one. Reaching as you exhale. And then release, left arm forward. Palms meet, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink. Drop your hands, push your hips up, point your toes forward. Inhale into a little wide leg, half forward fold. Hands on your shins. Exhale, fold forward. All right, rotate your sets of toes to the left. Walk your fingers with you, step the right leg forward. Step the left leg further back for warrior one. Left toes land, right knee bends. Inhale, lift all the way up. All right, we've been doing a lot of prep. So we're finally in our warriors. We're finally gonna use everything. Take a deep breath. Sink into the right knee. Check it out to make sure you can see all 5 of your toes here. So inchworm those toes forward, only enough to keep that left heel down. Push into the outer foot, feel that arch, pull up. And then bend deeper. But as you're bending, notice if this right hip is coming forward and the left hip moves back. So let's bring our hands to our hips. Move the right hip back as that left hip comes forward. Notice if you're really arching in the low back, I always do. It takes a lot. Engage that left glute, pull the tail low and the front belly up. And then you can bend deeper if you want to, if that feels okay for that back heel. Engage your front ribs, arms come all the way back up. Palms face each other. And see, I feel like I'm too wide. I'm gonna shorten my stance. Right foot comes in a little. There we go, that's much better. I can really feel my right hip pull back and left hip forward here. All right, now inhale to lengthen the torso. Release your hands opening wide, interlace your fingers behind your back. You can keep your thumb knuckles on that low back and squeeze your inner elbows towards each other, or release your hands off of the low back. Straightening your arms, inhale to lift your heart up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at your hips, so feel the right leg move back, or the right hip move back. Left heel staying down, gaze down. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades behind you and feeling your hands like they're trying to pull you back up, but they're lifting to the ceiling. And again, your hands can be on your low back and your elbows can be squeezing together. Keep lowering, take your time and use your breath. Squeeze into the navel as you're exhaling. Lower your torso on the inside of the right leg. Right shoulder may meet that knee. Feel the outer right hip push into the middle of the mat. So you're keeping that right glute hugged underneath you here. Last breath. Engage the core. Squeeze your shoulders. Lift all the way back up. Woo, release your hands. Come, bring those fingers up, hands now to your heart. Lift that left heel up. Bend that knee. Float this left leg all the way forward to stand on your right leg. Roll the shoulders back, find something to stare at, and then let's hook underneath the left thigh, holding this leg up. Roll the shoulders on the back, engage the core again, squeeze that right glute and push away from the floor in the standing leg. Now we'll circle the left ankle. Take a deep breath. Engage your core with the exhale here. And then go in the other direction with the ankle circle, another breath. Beautiful. Left hand comes to your hip, right hand comes over the thigh to the outer thigh, outer leg. Inhale, push away from the right leg, lengthen the spine, reach the left arm behind you as you exhale. Gaze back, twist back, fully back. Every inhale, grow taller. Exhale, keep twisting. Using your right hand on the outer left thigh as grip. Pushing that thigh into the leg as if your left foot was on a chair. Staying so stable, nice and strong. Another breath. And then lower that left hand down. Bring your hands to your heart center. Beautiful. Tree pose. Left hand comes to that left ankle. Bring that foot high up your right thigh. Engage that right thigh. Push it back into the foot. Feel your glutes engage. Push the tail low. Hands come to your heart center. And we breathe. You can keep your hands at your heart or extend them long up or out to a T. Full rounds of breath. 3 here. Last one. Tails low, front belly is lifting. Hands to our heart center with that exhale. Slowly release, control this left knee coming forward. Bring that thigh parallel. Inhale to lift those toes. You guys got it. Exhale, bend that left knee, bend your right knee, and push your left foot back as your torso lowers. Warrior 3. We made it. Toes of the left foot are pointing to the floor and they are spreading wide. Hands can stay at your heart or by your hips. Palms facing down like our chair pose. Roll the shoulders on your back. Bring your chin into your throat. Steady the breath. A lot of work on this right leg. Keep pushing away from that foot. 2 more breaths here. Last one. Then we bend the right knee, drop your left foot to the floor, warrior 1 pose. Arms come all the way up, big breath here. Exhale, palms to the heart center. Lower your torso, your hands outline the right foot. Shimmy that left heel up and scoot that foot back. Find your downward facing dog. Step that right leg back to meet the left. Feel the difference in your legs. Take 1 deep breath. Open mouth, exhale. Shift forward to your plank pose. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, and your chin. Hips and belly off the floor, shoulders on the back. Inhale, untuck the toes, slide forward right up. Exhale, lower. Curl the toes, push to your knees, hips to heels. 1 full breath. Exhale it out right here, nice and low. Inhale, lift to your knees and hands. Exhale, up, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Bend the knees, gaze at your hands. Bring your weight forward, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway here. Hands on your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, right foot goes back. Toes land, heel lands. Walk the left foot out, warrior 1. Bend the left knee, engage this thigh, tight tummy, arms come up. Right away. Sink into it. Feel the left hip hug back, right hip hugs forward. Feel that movement. You're internally rotating this thigh. Once again, just like in our wide-legged stance, if you remember that. Push the heel or the foot out to the left here. Wipe the sweat off your face, like I am. Keep your tail low. Feel the front belly lift. Open up the chest. Find this alignment, being able to see all 5 of your toes in front of the left knee. Long torso, broad and proud stance. Dignified. Arms come up, palms face each other. Drop the shoulders and pull the chin into the throat. Long back of the neck. Take a deep breath in. Stay here as you exhale, bend deeper into that left knee as much as you need to. Keep the right heel pushing back, outer foot pushing down. Actively, you're not just resting there, you're pressing. Good, and then One inhale to lengthen. Open your arms out wide, interlace them behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Thumbs can be on the low back, elbows can be bent, squeezing those inner elbows towards each other. Or squeeze, 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 straighten your arms. Now inhale to lift your heart and look up. Exhale, fold forward. Pulling the left hip back and in towards the middle of the mat. Keep the right leg strong, take your time, use your breath. You don't have to fold immediately down. You can take like 5 breaths to get as low as feels available for you. Keep squeezing your shoulders away from your neck, so feeling those hands pull up towards the ceiling. Letting your neck get longer as you drop your gaze to look behind you, testing your sense of balance here, your equilibrium. Where's your center of gravity? Engage your belly. Last one here. Get empty. Keep your core tight. Inhale to lift. Pushing away from that left foot. Inhale those arms up. Woo! Hands to your heart center. Lean in and lift that right heel up. Woo! Bend that right knee. Here we go to balance on this left leg. Find that focus point, your drishti. Push, swoop it up. Pause. Find the left leg, the standing stability, your tree trunk. Push into that left foot, grow tall. Squeezing that hip in, engage the glute, hands underneath the right thigh when you're ready. And just circle the ankle. Nice little rest for this ankle after that warrior one. This foot works hard being the back leg. Take another breath. Keep the core tight, start to engage the muscles of your arms, your biceps, triceps, and pull your chest forward. Good, chin is at the throat, nice long neck. Here we go, soften your grip. Right hand to your right hip, left hand on the top of the thigh, hooking the outer thigh under the knee. Inhale your right arm up, deep inhale, exhale, twist, 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 twist. Arm is parallel to the floor, reaching your fingers back. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, twist. Using your left hand on this leg as support. Pushing, like this foot, your right foot is in a chair, on a chair, pushing down. That's how stable the leg is. You're pressing your left hand against it, helping you to find length in the spine with an inhale. Exhale, engaging the belly and reaching back. Another big breath. Good. Release the right hand down. Bring both arms all the way up. And then to our heart center, gazing forward, find your focus point. Left hand to your hip, right hand grabs for your right ankle. Pulling that foot as high up the left thigh as you can get. Pushing that right foot into the thigh, engage that left thigh. Push it back into your foot. You're finding that connection so that right foot doesn't slide down because that left leg is keeping it in place. Hands to your heart. Lengthen the spine. Engage your core so this right hip comes forward. You're pulling your right abdomen towards the left. There's a tiny rotation in the spine happening here because our hips are facing out to the side. Move your arms wherever. I'm getting ahead of myself. Roll the shoulders back. Your arms can come wherever it feels most comfortable. Another full breath. We'll meet with our hands at our heart center. Pausing here, take your time, slow release of this right knee coming forward. Then that foot comes parallel. Inhale to extend this leg long, long, long. Exhale, bend the knee, bend your left knee and push the right foot back, going long with that leg as you drop your torso. So you're like a pendulum. Inhale to elongate, engage your right glute, push back through that right heel. Keep your core tight as you exhale, lower the torso. Inhale to elongate again. Hold it here as you exhale. Roll the shoulders on your back. Remember, your hands can come by your hips, wherever feels best for you. Another breath. Hold it as you exhale. Then bend the left knee. Drop your right toes gently down. Right foot drops. Inhale, arms come up, warrior one. Woo! Open your arms out wide. Outline that left foot, dropping your hands to the floor. Lift the right heel up. Shimmy that foot back. Step back. Downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in right here. Open mouth, exhale. Another 2 breaths. Lion's breath if that feels good for you. One more. Exhale. Shift forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and your chin drop down. Elbows squeeze into your ribs. Inhale, slide forward, right into your easy cobra, lifting feet, stay on the floor. Exhale, lower. Stay here. Find yourself on your mat, forehead resting, hands by your hips. You can opt to interlace your fingers behind your low back if that's what you want, or that your hands can stay by your hips. We're coming into back bend, Salambhasana, locust pose. Exhale everything out of your body. Inhale to lift your head, your chest and shoulders and arms, and then your legs. Point your toes away from you. Feel your big toes touching, your heels touching. Internally rotate your thighs, squeeze your glutes, roll the shoulders on the back and get long in the neck. Keep breathing. You can work as hard as you want to here. Every inhale, lifting higher. Exhale, hold it. One more, lift as high as you can, and then lower, resting your left cheek on the mat, palms flip up, and relax. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and melt into the floor. Couple more. And then we'll slide our hands under the shoulders, push up to your knees, move those knees in, bring them pretty close to each other, and then open your heels wide. So your feet are wide. And now a pillow or a blanket might be your friend here. I'm gonna bring a block in as an option to start to push into your hands, find your seat on whatever support, and maybe it's nothing, okay, and I'll get there. Find that support, notice how it feels in your knees and your thighs, and then adjust. Maybe you go lower. Sinking your hips between your heels. Big stretch on the tops of your heels. If your heels are aching, right, and if you have screws in your ankle like my dad, bring a blanket underneath those ankles if you need it. All right, Dad? Just stop, bring the floor up to you, okay? And then the knees being closer together is you're gonna feel more in your knees. So maybe your knees are wider. Okay, just options. So maybe you don't need anything and you can drop your hips low between your heels. Big stretch in your knees, big stretch in the thighs. Hands can come wherever. Notice how that feels. If you can't sustain it, don't do it. Lift up onto something. We're gonna stay here, relaxing here, deep stretch in our joints. Big time. Heels and ankles, my friends. So if your hips are between your heels, on whatever support, find your hands to help you lift your spine tall, shoulders rolling back. Find your breath. Every exhale, soften into it. Talk to your nervous system, talk to the body. Let it know you're okay here. Find your intention. At any point, if there is pain, listen to your body and come out of it. Okay, I can't tell you to do that, only you can. Other options, you can stay right where you are, or bring your fingertips to your toes and lean your heel of the hands down, leaning your torso weight back. A great option for a shoulder stretch here is walking your fingers to point back, walking your hands behind you as far as that feels available, and then bend your elbows so you feel a deep stretch on the front of your shoulders. But again, be gentle, especially if you have any rotator cuff issues. Be mindful of your body. Take a few more breaths. If you want to get rid of that shoulder stretch, another option, if you feel like you can keep going, is bringing yourself onto one elbow and then the other elbow, noticing how that feels. So here, we're internally rotating your thighs. You can energetically do that. You can feel your tailbone try to pull towards the knees, engaging the glutes even. Take another couple breaths. Keep your chin at your chest, keeping your neck strong. And then coming back up, if you've gone down, one at a time. Push up, take your time, lift yourself up off of whatever support there is. Take that support out from underneath you. And right away, we're gonna scoot your legs out to the side, feeling that blood run back into the bottoms of your feet, right? And then come onto your seat, scoot your legs out in front of you. Slow motion. Imagine you're full of water and you're trying not to slosh it out of the rim. Being mindful and thoughtful about your transition. Feet on the floor. Good. Now start to lift your toes one at a time. Sets of toes. Not one big toe and your second toe. Just lift your feet is really what I mean. Just bringing a little movement into the ankles here. Good. And then we're gonna let our legs go long. Slowly allowing all that blood to run back into the legs. Legs long, feeling the backs of those knees start to stretch now. Remove the bits out from underneath your hips. Toes are up. Hands by your side, even a little bit behind your hips so you can lean into it, but let the elbows bend and lift your heart. So you're constantly thinking about your spine being tall. Now roll your ankles in a big, slow loop. Feel the movement in the ankles after a long time sitting on them. Roll in the other direction. My left ankle just started doing its own thing. That was weird. Try to maybe move your ankles in the same direction at the same time. Where's your breath here? Good. And then we're going to pause. Point your toes forward so you feel again the tops of those feet stretch. And then release that and try to bring your toes to point towards your face. Your heels might lift here. And then relax. Now bring the bottoms of your feet to try to touch. Your knees may open a little wider. Feel the outer edges of your ankles stretch. And then release that. Now try to get almost the tops of your feet to touch. You're internally rotating your thighs here. Knees are probably touching, right? Your tops of the feet probably won't ever touch. And if you can, I'd like to see it. And then release that. Shake out your legs side to side, side to side. So you feel like the movement's in your feet, but really it's all the way up into your hips. It's really therapeutic after that pose that we did. All right, now legs are long. Come into your forward fold. So inhale, arms come up, toes are up. Exhale, fold forward. Rest your hands wherever. Rock side to side, bringing your weight to the left and right hip, and at the same time, try to slide your hips back a little, pull them back. So lift the right, pull it back, lift the left, pull it back. And then inhale to lengthen the heart up, so you're really lengthening the spine out of the hips. Exhale, walk your hands forward, rest your head down all the way. And breathe here. Breathe right into the back ribs. Squeeze the navel in with your exhale, a couple more. One or two more breaths here. And then release your grip. Engage your core, roll up, let your head be heavy, stack your spine up, roll the shoulders back, and then we're gonna bend the knees. Feet on the floor, scoot forward so you have enough room to lay down. Bring your arms forward, tighten your core, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the back. The head drops, the arms drop, bring your toes or your ankles in closer to your hips. And we'll come into bridge pose. You can opt to hold the outer edges of your mat and spiral your arms under you right away. And then push into your feet to lift your hips. And then keep tucking your shoulders under you. Then maybe release your mat and interlace your fingers underneath your lower back and push the outer edges of your hands into the floor. Push your upper arms into the floor. Come into your full bridge pose here. Squeeze your glutes, feel your tailbone pull towards the knees. If you feel any discomfort in your knees, walk your toes slightly forward. Now just breathe into the front of the body. A few more. If you want to play with it, bring your weight into the left foot and lift that right knee up and straighten that leg. You don't have to here. And then you can switch sides. Just get a sense of how that feels for your body. If you feel strong, if you feel like, I'm gonna give myself some self-compassion and not do that today. Now we'll release our hands and roll the spine down when you're ready, all the way down, one at a time. Being thoughtful. Open the feet wide as the mat. Keep your knees bent. Drop your knees to touch. Open your arms out to a T. Take a deep breath. Exhale, relax. Then rock your knees gently to the right and to the left. Maybe small rocks to start, getting your back and your hips used to this, and then going wider and wider, bigger and bigger. Good. And then we'll land with both knees dropping to the left side. Relax the outer leg, left leg onto the floor. Relax the right leg, feeling that right hip lift, right? It's naturally lifted. Now lift your left foot up and land it on top of the outer right leg. Feeling that stretch increase. Now reach your right arm behind you all the way back. Take one deep breath in. Exhale and relax. Release the left ankle from the leg. Reach the right arm back out to a T and lift your knees. Remember, feet stay wide. Now drop your legs over to the right, relaxing the legs completely. And then lift the right leg up. Drop that right outer ankle on the left thigh. Feel that knee get weighed down. Do what you need to adjust with the back. And then reach your left arm behind you. Reach, take a deep breath. Exhale and relax the body. And then we'll release the right ankle down. Lift the knees up. Open the knees wide. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Arms out to a T, or let's bring them on your upper thighs and do some traction, pushing your thighs forward. Feeling that push of your thigh bones out of the sockets a little suction cup there. Feel the release in the low back. Take a breath. And then let that go. Relax your outer hips. Bring your right hand to the belly, left to your heart. Relax the elbows to the floor. Eyes are closed. Exhale with an open mouth, everything out of the body. Inhale, breathe in through the nose, filling your belly, ribs, and chest. And then an open mouth, exhale. Bring the knees back together. Bring your left leg to go long. Right knee comes into the chest. Let your left hand take it and roll over to your left. Right arm goes out to a T. One full breath here. Exhale, relax in the deeper twists of the low back. And then we're switching. So before our Shavasana, just a little twist. Left knee comes in, right leg goes long. Squeeze. Let the right hand take that leg now over to the right. Left arm goes out to a T. One full breath. Exhale and relax. And then roll onto your back. Left leg goes long, meeting the right leg. Find yourself in the center of your mat. Adjust however you need to get comfortable. Tuck your shoulders underneath, arms wide, feet flopping open. Get any objects out of the way so you can feel totally rested. And if you want to bring your legs up a wall to help drain the heat out of your legs because it's so hot here in Boise, please do. Helping to stimulate reverse blood flow through the legs is really therapeutic for your organs. So do it. Or not, it's fine. Allow yourself to just relax wherever it feels most comfortable for you. Doesn't have to be anything that I suggest either. And then start to feel your eyelids relax over the eyeballs and maybe raise the eyebrows and soften them and your temples. Feel your jaw relax. Feel the back of your head rest. And relax your thumbs and your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet. And feel the weight of every exhale drop you against the mat a little heavier. I'm so heavy. The muscles are melting over the bones. Completely relaxed here. As you rest in your Shavasana. slowly begin to deepen your breath. And let a little smile come upon your face, or even feel the inside of your mouth smiling at you. Rock your head gently side to side and feel the feet and the ankles start to move as you reawaken again. Bring your legs together, and then you're reaching your arms behind you, straightening the body in one long line. Point your toes, reach your fingertips back, take a deep breath in, and exhale, relax. And we'll keep the eyes closed and bend the knees, roll over to your side, slowly transitioning, again, like you're full of water. Take a breath on your side. Feeling rested, feeling satisfied. Start to use the hand in front of you to push yourself up, feeling your way all the way, nice and slow, feeling texture, temperature, sensation. How's the body feeling as you start to sit upright, feeling blood running into the heart, from the head. Lengthen the spine tall, take a deep breath in, and then open mouth, exhale. Observe the layer beneath your eyelids here and just notice color, movement, and then dive further down inside and observe how your spine is feeling, how your hips feel, how your legs feel. And bring your palms together in front of your heart and just hold gratitude in your heart for yourself, for your amazing body, for being able to move and breathe, for being able to heal, for being able to have an intention where we can help to navigate our mind in a more blissful pathway. Take a nice deep breath in right here, one more. Exhale, sink into that gratitude, that space of peace. And then rub your palms together, generate heat and energy. Going faster and faster, and then bring your warm palms to cup over your closed eyes, barely on your face. Notice the darkness, notice movement, feel the heat and energy. Take a breath. Exhale to release your fingers barely over your face as your palms meet again in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends and family, namaste.